Hello and welcome everyone to another crochet tutorial. This will be another Tunisian crochet tutorial, and today I will show you how to do the basket weave stitch. There are many forms or alternations of this stitch online or on other blogs and books. I'm just going to show you the one which works the best for my projects and which I like the most. So to start with, this stitch is the multiple of 5 and it is repeated over 8 rows. What you will need to know for this tutorial is how to start your Tunisian crochet project, so how to do the foundation row, how to do the purl, knit stitch, and how to do the end stitch. So if you are not sure how to do these stitches, you can pause this video and look at my other tutorials where I'll show you how to do these basic stitches, and then you can come back to this one to see how it all comes together in this basket weave stitch. So without further ado, let's get to it. So to start with, so in my little swatch I chained 20, but as I said, you can chain any number as long as it's multiple of 5. So you will start the first 4 stitches in Tunisian knit stitch. So we are going to do the Tunisian knit stitch in the first 4 stitches. Please remember that we are not going to work into the very first bar or very first stitch, because we already have 1 loop on our hook. So we are continue into the actual second stitch, which will be the first stitch of our repeat. So we will do Tunisian knit stitch into the first 4 stitches, second, third, and fourth. And now we are going to be doing Tunisian purl stitches in next 5 stitches. So we'll do Tunisian purl stitch. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we've done 5 Tunisian purl stitches, and now we are going to go back to Tunisian knit stitches. So we will do 5 Tunisian knit stitches. So we're going to do first 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's it. So we have 5 Tunisian knit stitches, and now we are going to do Tunisian purl stitches into the last 4 stitches before the end stitch. So we are going to do 4 Tunisian purl stitches. That's our second one, third, fourth, and the very last stitch is our end stitch. So as you know, we need to rotate the fabric and work under both of those bars, the right and the left bar, yarn over, pull up a loop. So that's our end stitch. And now we are going to be working the standard return pass. So we need to first chain 1, and then we need to yarn over and pull through 2 stitches all the way to the end. Yarn over, pull through 2 all the way to the end. Okay, so this is the first row of our repeat. So what we need to do for the next 3 rows, we will repeat the row we just did. So in this, so we started with 4 Tunisian knit stitches, so we need to do the 4 Tunisian knit stitches into the stitches from the first row. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so then we had 5 Tunisian purl stitches, so we need to do 5 Tunisian purl stitches into the stitches in the row below. Okay, then we had 5 Tunisian knit stitches, so we need to continue with this. So we will do 5 Tunisian knit stitches, and then we had 4 Tunisian purl stitches, so we will continue with 4 Tunisian purl stitches. Okay, and then we end with the end stitch like so. Okay, so we are at the end of the forward pass, so we then continue with the return pass as previously. We need to chain 1, yarn over and pull through 2 all the way to the end, and this will conclude the second row of our basket weave stitch repeat. So once we get to the end, we will do 2 more rows of this pattern of Tunisian knit, Tunisian purl, Tunisian knit and Tunisian purl. So I'm going to pause the video, work another 2 rows in this manner, and then I will meet you at the end, because then we will be changing the stitch pattern. Welcome back. So I've continued in the pattern repeat for the another 2 rows. So these 4 rows forms one part of the basic pattern. So as you can see, I lined the knit stitches with knit stitches and the purl stitches with purl stitches. And what we're going to do now is we are going to do the opposite. So we are going to do purl stitches in knit stitches and knit stitches into purl stitches, like so. So the first 4 in our repeat were knit stitches, so we are going to do purl stitches into these. So we need to do 4 purl stitches, and then the row below has 5 purls, so we need to do 5 knit stitches into this. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and now we've got 5 knit stitches, so we will need to do 5 purls into this. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And now there's 4 purl stitches, and as you can guess, we are going to do 4 knit stitches into this. That's 1, 2, 3 and 4, and we conclude this row with the end stitch. 1 end stitch, and then we will do your standard return pass. Chain 1, yarn over and pull through 2. Okay, and then the next row we will repeat the row we just did. So we will do, so we have 4 purl stitches, and we are going to do 4 purl stitches into these stitches. So it's 4. Then we have 5 knit stitches. We are continuing with 5 knit stitches into the 5 knit stitches of the row below. 5. And we have 5 purl stitches. So we are going to work 5 purl stitches into these, like so. And then we have 4 knit stitches. We are going to continue with 4 knit stitches, and your end stitch, after which we will do the standard return row or standard return pass. So this was the second row where we changed the stitch order. So what you need to do now, you will need to do 2 more rows of this. So where you start with purls, you will continue with purls for 2 more rows. Where there are knit stitches, you will continue with knit stitches for 2 more rows. So I will complete my sample, and then I will meet you at the end. I'm going to pause this video for now. Welcome back. So I worked another 2 rows in the established stitch pattern, and as you can see, the basket weave pattern is already starting to show very nicely. So just to recap on what we just did, this stitch pattern is a combination or is an 8 row repeat rather, and you follow the same stitch pattern for each 4 rows. So rows 1 to 4 are the same, and then rows 5 to 8 are the same. So you can start with Tunisian knit stitch, first 4 stitches, then you do Tunisian purl stitches for 5 stitches, Tunisian knit stitches for 5 stitches, and Tunisian purl for 4. If your swatch is bigger, this swatch was 20 chains long. If you have a longer project like a scarf or a blanket, then you just do multiple of 5s, and the ends are always 4 stitches, because you've got the first stitch on your crochet hook already, and then you do 1 end stitch, but in between there are always repeats of 5. So these were the row 1 to 4, and then rows 5 to 8 you reverse the stitch pattern. So where you worked Tunisian knit stitches, you will work Tunisian purl stitches, and where you work Tunisian purl stitches, you will work Tunisian knit stitches. And after this, after the 8 row repeat, you will go back to rows 1 to 4. So on the top of this little square of purl stitches, I will then continue with Tunisian knit stitches. And that's it, my friends. That's how you do Tunisian Basketweave Stitch. I used this stitch in my crossed Basketweave Tunisian cowl, as you can see here. So I used this for this panel, which was then separated from the rest of the Basketweave stitch by the Tunisian crossed lattice stitch, and I used the Tunisian rib on the edges. So if you like this cowl, the pattern is for free on my blog, and I've done the crochet tutorials for all of these stitches, so you are able to make it for yourself or for your friend. Again, thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this tutorial helpful.